Welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 625. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. This week, it is part 2 of our Deus Ex review and ranking discussion. First time around, back in episode 615, we talked about kind of getting started with the game, what it's like to play it in 2025. The influences we saw on the game and from the game following its release. We talked a little bit about our, initial approach and how we were making out with the game, but knowing how big of a game this is, we opted to take our time, spend the summer playing it, and here we are to wrap things up. Before we dive in, Matt, what was the last video game you beat and thought, I want to jump back into that? I want to start it right back from the beginning.
Um. Oh gosh. Maybe Rebirth.
I still have not touched that. I probably should now that I've gone through Core 7.
Possibly that. There
I
might
don't
be
know that
other.
I have a.
There might be others. There might be something I'm forgetting, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
The first thing that came to mind for me was Near Automata, but I know I've had something more recent than that, and B, you're kind of forced to restart the game, so I don't think that's a good answer. Um, but I guess Deus Ex would fit the bill because I kind of felt that way in this. Like, getting through Deus Ex, I was very much like, I want more of Deus Ex. I want more of this game, and I want to see the sequels now that I kind of have an understanding of the world. Did you feel similarly on Deus Ex?
Yeah, I've honestly, if there wasn't a end of the year grind I was pursuing to get through our games for the year, I may have been in Human Revolution.
Yeah, that was PS3, 4. That one's 4, and
That
is
was
it
no, I think it's 3.
is it 3? And that's the one you didn't play. You played Mankind Divided, right?
Oh no, I played both of them. I played Human
Oh,
Revolution
you played both.
and
Okay,
Mankind
okay.
Divided. I did not play Invisible War.
Okay. That's the PS2 era one.
Yeah, in 2003 it was released, I think.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Uh, no, I am glad that we took the summer to like really let this one breathe because I think this game is one where if we'd had rushed it, I would have been much more compelled to stick to a guide, and that is like the antithesis of this game. But even like my sessions with this game over the summer turned into like sit down, you have the objective of what's next. You don't really know where you're supposed to go. Oh, like the maps are really complicated in spots. Like I don't know, like I'm thinking of like Hong Kong when I first got there, like trying to figure out like where's Tong, where's the club, where's the especially when you got what's the name of the security building you go into? Um
In Hong Kong?
VersaLife.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
VersaLife. Dude, like when you finally get in there and they're like, go to the you've got to get into the inner lab or whatever.
Yeah.
I was all over I could not find my way around that. So like I think, but what ended up happening is I spent more time, I kept my finger over the quick save button, and I got good at like stealth and moving around and finding like different paths. And it led to such a like sense of discovery through the game that, I'd find weapons and items and stuff that I otherwise wouldn't have found. Did you have a similar experience?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I kind of had a guide for loose guidance if I feel like I just was not making any progress whatsoever. Something
Yeah,
just
yeah.
seemed off in how I was approaching something. Like I kind of kept one up for that, but I mainly kept it just to kind of see where I was at in the game. Just like, am I at the halfway point? How much more do I have? And not in a bad way,
Yeah.
just like because I was part of this is because I was traveling out of state for a few days, and I didn't want a few day break to kind of mess with my rhythm. So I was kind of trying to pace wrapping up this game before then. So not that I was on like a tight deadline per se, but I had like a soft deadline I was trying to get through. So I was like kind of checking in with that, trying to beat this game. Um, but no, like I said, like the guy was there in spirit, but it wasn't referred to much.
No, and I think like it was funny, like occasionally when I would look to see like, am I on the right path? Like you'd see the guide saying like you can do this or this, and it's like I didn't do that or that. You know what I mean? It was just like that wasn't my choice at all, or that wasn't what I would have thought to do. I was going to do something else. Um, Speaking of choices, we get quite a few of them throughout the back half of this game. One of the early ones that happened to me that I have in my notes here, post us talking last time, is I sort of saw the first reflection of the choices I'd made in a character's reaction to me. And it was before Hong Kong, when you go, when you talk, it's like when Paul wants you to go to that air base or whatever and like go into the airplane. And I forget the guy's name in there now. But basically, Anna's telling you, like, kill that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see a need to kill him. And then like she kind of that was when like you get back to after that mission, you go back to headquarters. Maybe it was even before that mission, or that's what led to that mission. I can't remember. But like she's kind of ratting you out, or at least in my case, she was ratting me out to what's the head of the organization's
Unico.
name?
I do don't have the name. I don't have the
Is it
name.
Tremberley or something like that? I forget his name.
Pull up the character list. That's probably going to be
I
useful
Yeah,
as I'm like now remembering how many fucking characters are in this game. Joseph Manderley.
Manderley. I don't know why I said Tremberley. Yeah, Manderley. So like Anna's in his office ratting you out to him. And she's like, I don't want to work with him. He wasn't I forget how she phrased it. She said something like he wasn't lethal enough or something like that. But like, yeah, because I didn't go in guns blazing and I stealthed my way through, she didn't have confidence in me as a partner, which was like, huh, okay. Um, how did she react to you?
So, I don't think I killed that guy you're referring to, but because I wiped out the bunker
Mm,
area, like she kind of respected me there and whatnot. Yeah, I pretty much it's kind of like where I think I like kind of just landed with that. But I can't remember if she ratted me out or what. I might have had a similar path as you at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, no, like you can see, like you could definitely start to see some of the character stuff kind of come back around on you as you kind of keep going through this game. Although it does it in the terms of the story, there are some guardrails that kind of keep you up. Now, I know this game allows you to go really off a cliff and just kill characters early and often.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't know how that messes up the guardrails, but like in the first playthrough, if you're not doing anything too extreme, I think the guardrails are kind of up to kind of keep you kind of going forward.
Um, did you inevitably have to shut down Anna? Was that part of your story?
Yes.
I that part I want to talk about that with because you do that a few times throughout the game, but you get the kill codes for other people throughout UNATCO. And it's such a satisfying. I do kind of wish like I never found a way, maybe you did, or I never saw anything like it, but like a way to just hack someone. Did you ever get that ability, or is that a thing that you found like
I
where you didn't need to find the code, you could just like
I don't think that is something. I don't think that's like an actual mechanic in this game. As much as cool as that would have been,
Yeah.
it was more so the kill code. Now the only one I found was for Anna. I didn't know there were other characters.
Oh, the guy later on.
Oh, the other like kind of Anna's love interest kind of thing.
What's his name? I You got that character list. I should probably pull
I
that up
haven't found
too.
a good one yet in between talking.
Um, I might have found one on a bad website. I did. Yuck.
Yeah, I found like
Um,
a combined one with between all the games. Unfortunately, hold on. Nope, there's another one that's between all the games. Damn.
I just sent you one.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that was an interesting mechanic. But yeah, I didn't know if there was a part where like the same way you can start hacking computers, if you could start to hack people. And it didn't seem to turn into that at all.
Gunther Herman.
But Gunther Herman, that's your boy. Yeah. Yeah, you get his kill code later on at some point too.
Oh, I did not get that. I had to deal with him in a different manner.
I forget the way that JC says it, but it's just he says it in a different way to but it's cool too because like there literally are two words that you say to a person and then they just explode. But it's cool.
It reminds me of the episode of Futurama where Bender has a kill code and he keeps trying to guess it, and it's like a word he would never say. It's I don't know. That's like the comical end of this, but yeah, no, like just because you get the option too, like because before a lot of these battles, which would be like with a boss kind of character,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is a moment of dialogue that would like feed into this kind of scenario, and I love that it's just a fucking option just to say the words, and it's just like
Yeah, you don't
it's
have
like
to.
a oh shit on the other end, and then yeah, kaboom. You can do that, you can not do that, and deal with things in other manners, but again, no, just kind of like this is where I think this is where the game excels, though. Like I said, the story has its guardrails, the narrative,
Mhm.
the exploration is go nuts.
Yeah, wide open.
And like you don't get those kill codes without talking and exploring and hacking and getting behind locked doors and maybe running and gunning a little bit. Um, and this game, unlike any other, or unlike most other games, I just feels like it rewards just your exploration so much. Whether it is
Yeah.
a piece of lore, just like a random newspaper, or a I think like a Kodak, like a data cube. I heard they're called something
Data
else.
cube,
And
yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Oh, you get a data cube with someone's user account on it. There is a spot in Hong Kong across from where the Maggie Chow,
Yeah, okay.
across from her tower, where you can go up and it allows you to kind of walk across like these fire escapes and roofs of Hong
Yeah.
Kong. And all it does is just put you on a billboard that has like a sniper rifle and ammo and shit. Like,
That's funny though, like knowing that she's kind of like got a ton of enemies that there would be a billboard across the street with
yeah,
a
and like there's
sniper.
like lockpicks and stuff along the way too, and like that's not even the way to end up on her roof. Like I could not find a
Right,
way to
right.
breach the gap. And you kind of have to commit to it because you take fall damage. So it's almost encouraged that you have the AUG for like fall damage to kind of combat going up there. So like just random shit like that. But I never came to like find a weird nook and cranny and not get something out of it. Whether it was useful or not to me in the way I was approaching the game, I don't know. But damn,
Yeah.
it like the taking your time aspect of this game is incredible.
Yeah, and it really like rewards you for hanging out in it and just getting lost. I had one moment where I was a little impatient when you first get to Hong Kong and Jock needs you to um like get around and interact with some computer to lower down the door for him to use the weapons from the helicopter. I'm stumbling around in there and like could not find my way to where I was supposed to go. I didn't know what I was doing. I end up down in like the barracks of soldiers, I guess they
Mm-hmm.
were. And like I kept reloading my save and like nothing I was doing was like getting me anywhere but in that same spot. And I'm like, I guess the only thing I can do is just kill all these people because there's no way I could sneak by them. There was like nothing, I could not figure a way around it. So I killed all of them. Painstaking, like it took a long time to like spam out some quick save, quick loads to like optimize that pathing and like shooting, etc. I got it, made my way like past them and into one of the computer rooms, and like I did part of what I needed to do, but it didn't unlock I think I went on the wrong side. It like
Right.
split
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, well that wasn't it. Let me check the other side. And I like go to run over, and as I turn, I look and I see a vent like underneath, and I'm like, is that? And I walk over to it. I think you needed a lock pick to open it,
Yes.
but still, like I threw a lock pick at it, opened it, went down, and just started crawling around the vents. And I'm like, oh, that's the room. Oh, and like I reversed engineered my way all the, or not reverse engineered, but I just like backtracked all the way back to where I came from, and was like, oh, I could have done this all along.
Well, not just sneaking into that room, but the way to easily clear that room is in the vents.
What's in the vent? What are you talking about?
You can straight there's a spot where it's like, and at some point I think is it Jock or someone else comes over the radio. It's not Icarus. Who's
Daedalus?
is it Icarus? That's the initial AI, not the evil one.
I
Or
think yeah,
or it's
Icarus.
no, who's the it's they refer it's the shadow, it's like that shadow character kind of thing. I think it's an AI. It's the first one you come across. Icarus is the one that Bob Page made.
Yeah, right. You're right. You're right. Icarus and Daedalus are later on. I can't.
Daedalus, I think
Is it?
it might be Daedalus, or it might be someone else coming over the radio. But you get into this room, and it's like, oh yeah, be careful down there, because one small move of a valve can um, poison this area. So there happens to be a hazmat suit a little further down the vent. You can put that on, turn the valve, and the valve poisons that room, and it kills pretty much all of them at the tables except for like one at the back desk.
Dude, fully did not do that
But
at
like you have to
all.
pull and then run and hope your hazmat suit, like you have enough stats in your environmental that the hazmat suit kind of holds up, because you have to
Yeah,
like leave quick and go up and get out of it.
that's so funny. Yeah, I didn't even see that at all. I love that a lot. It's another example of like just a tiny little nuanced change in the makeup of the world. That's really funny. Um, Another thing I noticed after I finished some mission, JC just said out loud, "I risked my life and I recovered the ambrosia." And I was wondering, like, would is that dialogue because I did recover the ambrosia, or is that like is it just something he said? Because I feel like the dialogue was everything in this game is very specific to like the way the story's playing out,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that like it, it's not like a meaningful quote or anything like that. It was just something I wrote down in the moment where I was like, oh, I wonder if he would have said that specifically had I not recovered the ambrosia in that mission.
I'm pretty sure the
But
ambrosia was required each mission, if I remember correctly.
okay, that makes sense.
Um, but no, like there's easily a scenario where like, maybe not the ambrosia, but like doing the side quest, you know, um, like doing an extra thing pays dividends down the road or is an extra line. And there's plenty of cases of like, if you don't kind of take your time with some of the characters, you kind of just get like radio messages as like, "Ew, they're dead."
Yeah, yeah.
um I think one of the first examples of it is like the shady vendor in in New York, I believe. I forget which part of New York. I think Hell's Kitchen specifically.
Hmm.
There's someone that deals like weapons that you can meet, and you have to kind of go. He's like behind lasers in like a parking garage, and you can go meet him, and he can sell you stuff or whatever. And his little hideout has some equipment if you go walking around in it, but like you can go back to him when Hell's Kitchen kind of turns around on you. And I think there's an option to save him because later down the road, I feel like I got a radio message saying like, "Oh, dude didn't make it." It's like, "Oh,
Oh,
interesting." Um,
was he not? Was he in the hotel or is he somebody else?
no, he wasn't in the hotel. Again, I think you had to go like down like a lift, and it was kind of like in the parking garage, and there's like a
Okay.
in the parking garage, there's like two lasers that you have to do something with. I kind of put a box, stacked some boxes, and just jumped over them, kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but no, he was down there. So like, if on the second half of Hell's Kitchen, I think you can navigate down there and get him out, in a way
Oh,
that
okay.
I didn't go back to do because getting
Yeah.
out
No.
was already hard enough.
That was a really tough section. Um, no, I remember at one point going to the hotel, back into the hotel, and somebody at the lobby desk, I gave him a gun, like, because stuff got
Oh yeah, and
heated,
he
and
killed the
yeah,
one guy. It's like, yeah, and then that made daughter run away, right?
yes, yeah, she's mad at you, mad at him, mad at everybody. Um, I guess one thing I want to talk about, like, we're celebrating the like options available to you and all that, but I do feel like it sometimes occurred at a fault. There was one is earlier on. I think it's the one you mentioned before in the with Anna, um, where you have to destroy the generator. The one that's like in the center. Maybe she's not there, but it's the one where like there's satellite dishes atop the roof, and you have to make your way down and destroy a generator.
Okay, yeah, okay. I think I know which one you're talking about.
I did everything I could to stealth my way through that, to make my way up the roof, make it down the ladder, across the alley, up the other roof, and then like get down into the space where the generator was. And I'm like using all the items available to me, everything, and like I just kept getting spotted and killed, and like it just nothing was working out. Then I did something. I don't remember what I. Oh, I know. I threw an EMP to try and shut like a bot or something down. I don't remember what it was, but obviously that zapped all of my. I
Mm-hmm.
was too close to it, so it killed my ability to use my flashlight. So I'm creeping around in the dark, about to just reload my last quick save because things have gone bad, and I see a barrel down like 2 stories down from where I am, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna shoot this barrel and see what happens, and I'll just load my save. I shot the barrel, mission completed because that blew up the generator. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And I just kind of like hightailed it out of there. But like, it didn't feel earned. It felt dumb. And it felt kind of frustrating that I tried so long to do the right thing, only to have me just kind of literally a throwaway move before. I mean, in one turn, it's like cool that that happens. But in another, it was just like, I felt a little too free, where, well, not even free, like free in choice, but the consequences of those choices were dire every time. Like I don't know. That one just felt really clumsy to me. Did you have that anywhere where you just felt like there was a situation like everything you were doing just didn't really work? Not necessarily like throw a dumb Hail Mary and just see what happens, but like is there any moment that just felt like this is messy, this is messier than I want it to be?
The other satellite thing. So at this point, this is before coming back to Hell's Kitchen,
Oh,
I
okay, yeah.
believe, and you're pretty much Paul's revealing his hand, your brother, and
Yes,
you
okay.
have to send out the warning signal, and it requires you to realign three satellite dishes to point
Yep.
specifically, I think, to Paris, and get word out to uh, the rebel group. I forget the name of them now. But no, that one is like as soon as you do it, everyone and their mom knows. Oh no, you've sided with Paul.
Hmm.
And yes, I know for story purposes you have to do that, but that is like a very tough get out situation where
Yeah.
I then just kind of reloaded that whole approach to the area and was just knocking out the guards one by one as they weren't looking.
Smart. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like like this is where the game it shows its age here. Like on the ground floor, there's like three people walking in a circle. Yeah, their backs turned for 1 second, they fall over, and then the other guard sees them and just kind of just keeps walking right by them like nothing happened. Like it pulls
Great.
some of that immersion away, but it's either a guns blazing thing or you do this weird thing that kind of starts to suck the immersion out of it, which I was glad I was able to do it because it made that section a lot easier, taking my time beating people with my baton. But
Yeah, yeah,
um, but no, that was like one time where I was like, oof, this is pretty tough.
yeah. Like not all of the freedom always leads to the right feeling or right vibe.
So I
Yeah.
so I kind of had a moment in this game where I was like, oh my god, the freedom. This is like just watching the chaos. Well, more so in my playthrough, like the chaos unfold and just like seeing how pure awesome this game can be if you just kind of just let things happen, or your exploration. It's like your exploration can kind of like, oh, you can see kind of like your setup being like A, B, and C, and then you plot it out and you just let the chaos occur. Did you have a moment like that where like go in, you explore, you get a plan, you let the carnage kind of happen, or you let an event play out, and
Mm.
like all at the same time, this game finally just like clicks for you, and you never want to stop playing?
I mean, felt I felt the last part of that. Like, when did it click? When did it start to make sense? Like, where like, okay, was in Hong Kong, like being there, and like I think I finally just like got to grips with um the augmentation system, the goals too. Like you kind of understand like what you have to do at that point. Like it's not just like go here, go there, but it's like go here and let yourself get there, I guess. I think for me, the one big I, getting hacking, like just broadly speaking, that really like unlocked things for me where like being able to hack a computer and not have to like I liked digging around and finding passwords from different places or
Oh
whatever, but
yeah, you
like
got like the little button to click. Yeah,
yeah, getting that ability to do that and unlock computers and just like or like override
cameras and
security cameras, turn the robots around on people, that all worked really, really well. Um the one I can think of maybe is when maybe the first one was when Paul was in the medical ward in that I don't know where you're at that point. It's I think this is like right before you go to Hong Kong, but Paul's there. I think it's
oh
after you do the mission you just talked about, where you have to
yeah,
activate, send the
the
signal up
the
through the satellites.
location unknown.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That one, like getting out of the cell, sneaking around the facility. Like, I think that might be the first time you see the G-Men in the game, maybe. And that was like a new, like, ooh, okay. Um, but I think it was in there that I first like everything just clicked. I don't know why. Um, did you have one specifically you're thinking of?
Yeah,
Like a
so
chaos moment?
like the game starts to click with like that, and even beforehand, there's like a base where you're looking for ambrosia as well, and that's when you kind of figure out Paul. Like the end of that mission is when like it Paul reveals himself. But there's a moment in the VersaLife laboratory. So one in Hong Kong, just
Mhm.
already just dealing with the woman who I just said. I forgot her
Mrs.
name.
Chow.
Yeah. Dealing with her and just going into that apartment and knowing
Yeah.
that like this woman's shady and he
Yes.
might need gut like there like tension's high going into that. And like I leave.
It's high, and everybody's telling you on the way up,
Yeah, like
like, don't trust anything she says. And you know what? I kind of did. Like
I did
everything she said,
too.
I was like, oh, all right. And then like, yeah, you can, I guess.
So there's that. So like Hong Kong is great. Then like the nightclub horror deal happens, which was
Yeah.
wild to see
I have a
unfold.
question about the nightclub, but we'll save it.
And then you get the VersaLife, and you infiltrate VersaLife, and you get downstairs, and like the thing is, like once you get to a certain point in VersaLife, you can walk around, and no
Hmm.
one cares. And
Hmm.
there is a wing of VersaLife that is very much like you go up and you're kind of above it, walking around the perimeters of these like squares of labs. But it's G-men are there, G-women are there,
Hmm.
um, lab doctors, and other stuff. And I find my first what I forget what they call aliens in this game. White is it white face, pale face, pale skins, gray skins.
Oh my. Now I have no idea.
It's one of those. Anyway, um, you see their first one, and he's dead on a table, and it's like, oh, here we go, the aliens are
Yeah.
here. And you like proceed further up, and like you see like these weird creatures and like a thing. They're green. They're the ones that shoot acid at you and whatever. And
Yes.
they're behind a cage, and then like you can look down the road, and it's like this big radioactive symbol, and it's like. Of course, I'm walking over there. Quick save, walk over there, see what's up. And it's just like this foggy room with a bunch of pillars and behind this door that's locked. And it's like, all right. So I kind of walk out. I'm like walking around, and on the other side of that too, there's a thing you can hack that gets like all the augmentation counters. I think you've been missing to this point. It's a nice time to reload.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This was yes. Okay, go ahead.
So I come back out, and then like I'm like, what's up with that room? Like it's too the pillars with the fall. I'm like, there's something going on there. And so finally, like I went back up to it and I saw the alien in it. I was like, oh, cool. Let me quick save it and open and just see what the fuck happens. Instantly sees me, instantly kills me. I'm like, I have ideas. so so at this point, the other thing is I know what the end result of me doing the main objective there is. Everyone's going to turn. So it's kind of like learning from what I did before. It's like, well, what can I do to clear out as much as I can so my escape is easier?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if I do it, everyone's going to naturally turn. And this is a lot more crowded than the other one that had levels and blind spots and stuff like that. This is all very much like people are facing one another constantly. So I figured out how to unlock the little green fuckers, reloaded a save.
Yes.
I then was like, let me go just unlock the door, poke the alien a little bit, then run for my life, free the green fuckers, and let's just sit in the corner and watch shit happen. Oh my god, the lab just mass a carnage. The G-men, the G-women went in trying to kill this alien, kill all the green things. The green things are killing them, killing the regular guards, killing the lab people. This alien's out doing its thing. Finally, like after this is all said, there's like one, maybe two G women left, and that's it. Like the lab is
so good.
wiped, and yeah, that made my escape 80 times easier. But just seeing like the pieces just come together in this unorthodox way, and the ability to reload a save, and then yeah, just like having this vision in my head of like, let's try it and see what happens. Did it, and it was like I almost like it almost went too well. Like
I
and
like that a lot.
just again, this is it all fed to that moment of like, oh man, this is everything that everyone's always talked to me about with this game. Of like, you
Yeah.
can just kind of let things happen, explore, set up, take your time, and just kind of like build up a plan of such. And this was just one of those moments. And from that moment on, I was like, not that I wasn't getting hooked before, but that was like the cross the T, dot the I, I'm in until this game's over.
Were you able to pull off stuff maybe not as big as that, but like do you feel like the rest of the game continued to have options like that? Because I
Uh,
had one bad one where I reloaded a save because I freed the captives in the catacombs and they got killed when they were running out. I was like, oh, let me reload. I had a quick save like not too far before that, and I reset some things so that they didn't have to die.
um, Probably not to that extent. Um,
No, sure, yeah, that one's insane. I love that story.
but no, just like I don't know, I guess not until really like the end of this game when you're in the final room, which adds there's a lot at play going on in that room, which I think is actually well designed. But I don't know if you want to get into that now. If you have other stuff you want to talk about, because I do feel like it's worth talking about that last room, even if it's in a non-spoiler way.
No, go for it.
Um, so yeah, so pretty much by the time you get the game ends at Area 51. Well,
Yes, which is cool.
let's kind of leave it. Well, let's kind of leave it at that. At this point, you know you've worked with the two like triad gangs in Hong Kong. You've kind of sided with the Illuminati a little bit. Um, who's like the other main player? Oh, Icarus and Daedalus. The AIs in your brain are like sensing some things. The one's ready to betray its creator, um, and such. So like all those different parties just kind of come to a head in this last room, and each one is telling you to do something different for the sake of humanity, the world, technology, whatever. And if
Hmm.
anyone has played Mass Effect 3, it almost feels like that all this stuff has kind of come to this one moment. And no matter what you choose, is going to go one direction or the other. Um, Mass Effect 3 doesn't execute well on it. I think it's pretty obviously known. This game does though. And what I love about this game, and I think, and this is where like I actually see the influence now in its in Human Revolution. I remember playing Human Revolution and like, man, all these endings kind of like none of them feel good.
Hmm.
This had the exact same thing. It's like, none of them seem like option A. uh
Yeah,
they
yeah,
seem
yeah.
like good fallback plans potentially, but man, there was like a perfect world. But I think that's what this game and this atmosphere and its themes do so well. Like, this is not a perfect world. Everyone's fucking shady. Everyone has their own motives and such. And it's how you balance them and manipulate those parties against one another. Um, but anyway, that's just more so the ending. The room, though, is this giant room that allows for you to kind of engage who would be the final boss of this game in
Mm.
any number of ways that get you to an ending. And some of them are like take them out. Some of them is like to eliminate them another way. Some of them is to power them down. Some of them is just to blow up the whole facility. I really just liked how the story set itself up for this final room. And the final room, it's such like an engaging gameplay element because there's so much. Like there's like 4 levels. There's all kinds of different things. There's enemies kind of coming from and all kinds of different enemies too, coming from all over the
Yeah, at
place.
that point it's everything.
And yeah, it's again there. This room's a little bit different because just like it seems like everywhere is kind of a threat. But this is another one of those ones where once you explore and you take your time in the room and you're methodical, all these options kind of open up, and you kind of see the gateway and the checklist for each of these endings to do. And it's just another example of like this was like the one time where the objectives were so optional. And it just makes sense at a story perspective at this point, because who do you align with at the end of the day?
I think that ties back to that whole player agency throughout the entirety of the game super well. Did you pick one or did you quick save and try them all?
I never went back to try them all. I ultimately went Dark Age.
Remind me on Dark Age.
That's the one where you pretty much reset the world because you destroyed the facility. Like, there's no more mass media, there's no more communications. You sever, like,
Yeah.
um, I don't know, because like again, all these endings, it's always it goes it's like the BioShock ending. Like, there's always going to be a man, there's always going to be a lighthouse kind of feeling. That one just
Yeah.
felt like the path of most resistance to that. Although I just know long term we just be right back to where we were. It's just how long.
Right. People remember this stuff. They just need to rebuild it. Um,
Do you remember what you did? Because I can help you out with that too. Did you go and find like 5 generators? Did you turn keys somewhere?
well, I did a couple of them, but
Oh, okay.
I from yeah, like just because I wanted to see what they were. Um, I did those after the fact. Like I kind of had for me, I merged myself with Helios just to see. That was like I wanted to see that. Let me see what that looks like. But then I went back after the fact and did the cleanup route, and I did the Dark Age one. I don't remember. I'm looking at the guide now for like the snapshot of other endings, and I don't know how many of these I actually did. But yeah, does that play into the later games at all? Like any one of the canon endings, or this one's meant to be after those others? So
Um, yeah. So Visible War, which is the direct sequel to this, is a sequel, and I think you play as JC's son. It's a Denton you play as. I just don't
okay,
know the relation.
yeah,
Human Revolution winds back the clock and is actually the beginning of all this augmentation mess hitting mainstream. Versa
okay,
Life is like at its young age pushing some of this stuff out. Um, and you play as Adam Jensen,
yeah,
and the game starts with I think there was supposed to be a presentation on human augmentation, and you were the bodyguard for the lead scientist, or you were security detail in the company that she worked for, like a terrorist organization of like mechs, like cyborg type characters. Um, Comes in, causes havoc, kidnaps the scientist, and kind of leaves you in terrible, terrible shape. In order for you to survive, you become augmented, and that's where the tools are. And it's you, um, again, like it's a very like the tones of like race almost come into it, but it more so instead of like black and white, it's like cyborg and human more
okay.
so in
I
this
mean,
game.
yeah,
And in those two games. So yeah, you get a little bit of that because it's all so new, and everyone kind of treats you like a freak because you're one of the first to kind of undergo this transformation.
yeah.
Um, and then that's where like death versus non-lethal kind of comes into play, because are you a monster because you're a cyborg, or are you more human? That kind of stuff. But no, like I've seen like Versa Life. Once I kind of saw the lab for the first time, I was like, oh, that sounds familiar.
That's funny. Yeah, I finally found a clearer breakdown of the endings that makes sense. Merge with Helios was the one I did initially. Like it just felt like I should go that way, and then I felt like an idiot because Voltaire quote that comes up at the end was like, "Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to do that." New Dark Age is the one I did after loading a save, and I don't think I did the Everett. Yeah, I did not do Everett's plan because I don't like Everett at all.
That's the Illuminati, right?
Did join the Illuminati? Yeah, I did. Mm.
Well, he was
Um,
shady too. Because did you again? This is more so. Here we go again. Explore. Take your time. Did you explore his shit?
I went all over the place. Did you kill LeBeer or De Beers?
Is that the dude that's like?
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. No, I didn't, because I didn't know. Because I felt like I needed the Illuminati, and I felt like I was gonna fuck up a
Mm,
mission, or either I didn't want to like
yeah,
fuck
cut
with
yourself
anyone
out
yet.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I only did it because I had quick saved beforehand, and then when I talked to Everett after and the way he reacted, I was like, I'm gonna keep rolling. But I love that whole De Beers to me sounded like Gilbert Dautrey from King of the Hill, just Bill's cousin from New Orleans. Like he had that just velveteen. A gentleman knows the difference. Like real good, real good uh drawl to him. Um
Yeah, that's another one where the maid's a piece of shit.
yeah, but also
Has
like
there?
she just kept saying, do not disturb Mr. Lucius De Beers, do not disturb Mr. Lucius De Beers.
Is there? Was there one maid that was good in this game?
Hmm. Not that I met, no.
Okay. No, because the return to Xiao's apartment in Hong Kong went as expected when I went back to
Oh,
find a sword. So I decided to ascend the roof, and I saw that motherfucking maid. I saw her. Well, the first time I went up, she was at the elevator and just fucking alerted the guards and pulled a gun on me. I was like, oh, this bitch.
yeah, yeah. She didn't like me at all.
Maybe you should have a sunroof on your rooftop suite
Top
if you're
secret, yeah.
concerned about security, because that may got fucking plucked in the head with my sniper rifle from
You
afar.
had that.
And I
Nice.
jumped on down and snuck my way to the sword and then got the hell out of Dodge.
That's so funny. You mentioned a word a little while ago that we haven't really talked about yet, and I want to touch on this in particular before we wrap. Augmentations are a key component of choice in the game. You basically end up getting augmentations across all of your body parts. There's some pre-installed ones, but you end up choosing, you kind of like, you'll find one for your eyes, and then you have a choice of, it's binary, which two things you choose from to put into your body. So we don't need to go one by one, but I guess like, were there any that you chose that stood out to you that were your favorites, things that like really just changed things up for you?
So funny enough, I did not rely on the augmentations all that much. I would kind of keep forgetting they were there
Really?
until after the point. And I maybe it's just because I kind of was like going on a guns blazing approach at times. Like
Hmm.
once I got a silencer on my sniper rifle, it
Game over.
kind of changed the way
Yeah.
I played. I used that sword I found.
Yeah, the blue you could use that like
That was
forever.
my melee weapon after that.
Yeah,
Like
that yep.
so I don't know. I kind of had this like weird guns blazing approach a little bit, but the ones I did use, the like some of the run silent ones and the invisibility ones, just because felt like sometimes I needed to like cross an alley. Just like as soon as I get to the other
Yeah.
end, I'm fine. I can't get there in any good way without going like, instead of going like, A to B, I had to go like up and then around. Da, 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 da. But if I have invisibility, I can finally just do that easy
Right there.
enough.
Yeah, no, I same thing. Run silent and the cloak I had.
Um,
Um
I
Regeneration was another one for me that I was like as soon as I saw that option, it was like 100% because I felt like I was the worst parts of this game for me in terms of like you can kind of get out of most things. You can not get out of having one of your legs completely depleted of health. So for me, regeneration was great because if I ever took any amount of damage, I was just like regen, like let's just roll. I got to get this thing back up. Um, And then the only other one that was funny to me was targeting. Did you get that one at all?
No, I went the other way. I went vision enhancement.
What did vision enhancement get you? I don't remember now.
That was the one that I never got to the point where you can see through walls, but it gave you like thermal and I think
Oh,
built-in
okay.
night vision and stuff like that. Um,
Oh, that would have been cool. I should have done that.
I didn't get that very high though. I was looking at other stuff.
This targeting just sort of like it sounded cooler to me. I remember looking at it. I was like, "Oh, this sounds like a neat thing." Like you kind of like as you look at things, you get like you get info about whoever you're looking at or whatever thing
Hmm.
you're looking at. And honestly, it was not helpful in any like enemy scenarios at all. Like sometimes it would like if you look at somebody, it would be like, oh, they're low on health, so you knew like it wasn't going to be that big of a fight if you got into something bad with them. The only thing that was interesting about that, the only thing I wrote down that was like cool, is I remember uh I had it turned on. I was like looking around an environment, and there's a tree like in the middle of the spot, and the little like the information about the tree said in all caps, and like it was weird because like that part wasn't usually in all caps, but all caps. Default decoration name. Report this as a bug. And then there was some like a I don't know something else like a fire hydrant or something else. The same deal. Like default decoration name. Report this as a bug. I found that a couple times throughout, which was pretty fun. Um, yeah. Was there this game? You talked about people and their natures and aligning with certain people over others. Were there any people I feel like it was hard to trust most people in this game. Was there anybody you felt like you could trust at all?
No. And maybe because I'm a little bit jaded and I kind of, not that I knew a lot of the story, but like I knew this was like the Illuminati and who can you trust? Because I think literally like the back of the box says, who do you trust? And, all that, corporate espionage. I think it lists all those if I remember from what you said last episode about
That,
this
yeah,
game.
that sounds right.
But I'm also, I think, I guess, a little bit spoiled because of Human Revolution, because there's like some similar story beats to Human Revolution and corporate espionage and the Illuminati and all that shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was very tough for me to trust anyone, even like
agree.
Paul. I didn't
I
know.
didn't Paul at all. I trusted Sam Carter more than Paul.
Yeah, so like I know Tracer Tong like got me back to life, but even like I was like, what did he plant in me? Like like
Right, yeah. What did you do? What's happening?
so yeah, no, I was hesitant to share information with almost anyone.
Um, the only other thing that I've got in my notes that we've not talked about at all is the music. I love the music in this game so much. Like it's
It's
so good.
Yeah, from the time, so like I always knew the main menu. I knew the main menu music. Well, that was always a banger to begin with, but like
Yeah.
when you got into Hong Kong, I was like, yeah.
That one was really good. The first time I like sat and noticed like, oh wait, I love this was walking through it must have been Hell's Kitchen, but it was in New York. And I remember like the one track that played there sounds so much like Metroid Prime that like I went to Moby Games and tried to cross-reference. The only thing I could get, and I never like fully there might still be a direct correlation that I didn't find. The only thing I can get is that this is developed in Texas. Metroid Prime's developed in Texas, so maybe someone did move between studios, but I never actually found a name that lined up. I don't know though. There might be somebody. But like it just reminded me of that so much. There were parts later on like um oh gosh, I forget the name of the place. The one with a V.
VersaLife.
The like the world location. Like Vander or something or other.
Uh
Vandenberg
oh yeah, the air. Okay, yeah,
in
yeah.
the Air Force. Yeah. Like there was stuff in there that was like super good. I just really like I need to listen to the soundtrack on its own. Just let it play and rip. just really, really good, like ambient music, but like not in a boring or like background way, like just in a really like it was really, really engaging. Um, yeah, I think that's the bulk of it. I think like my closing on this game is you've heard about, or maybe you've played these, so you already know, but people always talk about games like this as there's so much choice, there's so many options for you, you get to do anything you want, and you can really like make the world your own. And like every game that's inspired by this, whenever you watch the developer interviews about these things or the like talks they give at press conferences and stuff where it's like the world is what you decide. Like I've never felt that way because all of those games always feel like they have three choices and I'm always making the wrong choice. And if you're not doing exactly what they want you to do, you're going to have a bad time. And I rarely felt that in this game. It really felt like the options I had were varied and I could do my own thing outside of what was suggested. Obviously, to your point, I think the way you phrased it was really smart. Like the stories on guardrails, but you know, you can reach outside of those guardrails a bit and grab things to pull in and make your own. I think that worked so well in this game. And like, yeah, I finally get it. Like after hearing how great Dishonored was and just not,
I
it
know.
never clicked for me. Like any of these, like I forget the other stealth ones I've gone back to that are like, you must do this. Oh, you could build your own, like it never worked, never clicked. I'm really intrigued to see how System Shock shakes out now that we've kind of gone through
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I think that I don't
Um,
know. I think we're going to be more back to because I don't think that's like a story heavy game. I think, but
yeah,
yeah. No, I'm like so happy I made myself play this finally after just years. Like again, I had
yeah.
this. It came in a. I forgot how I acquired it, but it came in like some disc that had like 5 games on it. Like Thief was one of
Oh, cool.
them. This was one of them. I don't even remember the other games, but it was like I had access to this from such a from a younger age. I tried, I just couldn't get into it. The Statue of Liberty level was just weird. And then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Steam, I get Steam, I get a MacBook Pro, I boot camp Windows, and I have that first Steam sale or whatever. This was like the 99, one of the 99-cent gets that I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna finally play this game, and just never. I think I probably sat down with it at one point before and just couldn't get into it. So finally, I forced myself to like give myself like I gotta play this for at least a couple hours. Finally, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah. When you break past and it all clicks, it clicks really, really well. And now I'm curious, like, could I go back to Dishonored? But I maybe that is just a differently designed game. I don't know. Um, well, if you're joining us for the first time,
oh,
every episode, yeah, yeah, yeah,
before we wrap
please.
up, there was one thing you want to say about the nightclub.
Oh yeah. Do you ever get to dance with Mercedes?
Oh, I don't think so.
I kept buying her drinks all night. Like every time you would talk to her, she's just like dancing, and JC says something to her like, "You want to get a dance? You want to dance with me or something?" And she's like, "I'm gonna need a drink first for that, honey." And like it prompts you like give her $20, and I just kept giving her $20. Like I kept going like for a long time, and I was like running in and out of the club. I was doing until the club gets to a
Yeah.
point where everybody scatters. I was like in there, like every time I'd walk by her, I'd just give her $20, like a couple times in a row, and like same dialogue. It never changed. So I don't know. I don't know if you ever get to dance with her or not, if that's a thing. Um, I'm gonna, I'm looking now since we have a characters page to reference. She's not a character page, believe it or not.
Oh,
So
how disappointing.
yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Based on that, we may have to rank it differently. We are going to rank Deus Ex on a list that we call the list. You can follow along with the list at thefreecheese.com/the list. Or if you're watching the video version, Matt's got it up on the screen. Um, I don't remember who I try to volley us back and forth on who elects first, but I don't know who went last time. So I I'll go, and I'm gonna go bold.
Go bold.
Saying that, are you also thinking bold
Oh, I'm bold.
or?
I'm bold.
Oh, I don't like that. You're way bold. You're probably bolder than I
I'm
am.
bold.
All right, my bold is the new number 9 between WarioWare and South Park.
All right. I'm bolder. I have this as the new number 3 between Wii Sports and Tetris Effect connected.
Ooh, man, you went above Quake.
Yeah, yes.
Why? I'm curious.
I Quake's great, like moment to moment action or whatever. Just this game, I one of the things about this game is I can probably play this in 2 years. And yes, I'll remember the small story beats and I'll remember some of the
Yeah.
things I did, but my playthrough can be completely different. I'll get a completely different experience. I could play it again in 2 years from then and just have fun with like, oh, let me just kill this character because I know they're impactful later. What the hell? How the hell does the
Mm.
story change?
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
can just keep coming back to this game and have it a completely different experience, or build JC in a different way that forces me to do other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, and again, like like again, the story. There's a rule book to the story at times, but I wonder how much that breaks if you actually like start killing these characters early. Like
Yeah.
that's part of it too. So, but no, like it just the sandbox that they put you in Hong Kong. Go nuts for a section of the game. Let's throw you in Paris. Go nuts in a section of the game. Yeah, it's fantastic. There's some weird jank. You're always gonna have
It's
that.
25 years old. Yeah, you can't
So,
escape that.
but no, I wholeheartedly enjoyed this game so much.
Dang. Dang, dang.
Now, with that, we can meet like halfway and come to you, some or whatnot. Um,
I'm looking.
you said you were between South Park and WarioWare, right?
Yeah, I put it above South Park. I felt like it earned that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it earns that.
For me, WarioWare was just like WarioWare is just so solid.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're picking hairs once you get into
I
the
know, I know.
top 10.
Yeah, it's tough. And like, yeah, I don't know. This is tough because these are that good. And I don't disagree with you. I think this it's weird. I don't know. It's another just the way the list falls. I remember when I looked at this to rank it, my eyes went to Quake. Like, and I also, just for the record, I had opened the list at the bottom, like it was last opened at the bottom. So I was like, no, no, no. And I just scrolled. I knew I was going to be all the way. Like I just knew, I just didn't know where. And my eye went to Quake and I was like, no, it's not better than Quake. And then I looked at Doom and I'm like, maybe not. But then I looked at Halo and I was like, no, I don't think it's better than Halo. Or I don't think I like it more than Halo, maybe. And then I looked at Pokemon and I was like, depending on the day, I could feel stronger or whatever. But WarioWare, it did feel like, no, WarioWare's stronger than this to
Hmm.
me. I don't like just in its core element, but I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I think I disagree with the WarioWare statement. I think and we talked at length. Pokemon. I mean, it's a great game. It's I'm always going to favor this type of game just in general. Even
Yeah.
trying to look at it non-biased. Yeah, it's kind of tough for me with Pokemon. I think where it gets real challenging and interesting is when you get to Halo, Doom, and Quake.
Yeah.
Um, as great as Halo is, I've always complained about the back half of that game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, and then we get to Doom and Quake, and I just I just picking hairs at that point. I honestly,
No,
once
but
you get
looking
above
at that,
Quake, I
like,
think you get above Wii Sports pretty easily. Um, but yeah, no.
mm,
Yeah, I mean, if you're a hump as WarioWare, Um, like
No, no, no,
I don't, I
no,
mean,
because I agree with you. Like the back half of Halo is, it slows down from the excitement of the beginning. Um, yeah,
honestly, if you come up past WarioWare and Pokemon, I again, it's one of those times where what side of the bed are you waking up on when it comes to I think Quake, Doom, and Deus Ex? I'd be more than happy to put this right outside the top five at number six.
does it? If I'm good to go there, does it climb above Doom and stay there, or if it goes above Doom, it goes above Quake
I think if it
for
goes
you?
above Doom, it goes above Quake because my like it's for my reason. I think Quake and Doom's moment to moment is better just because you're just
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's in your face like
yeah. You're
constantly. Um, this plays obviously a little bit different. I think we've joked a couple times that this isn't a first person shooter; it's just a first person game. like,
yeah, yeah.
um, and honestly, this is just one of those games where the more you give yourself to this game, the more it rewards you. Where Doom and Quake just
Get good.
yeah, I think it sets a bar that's very high and just stays there. This one, statue, yeah, slow start, especially kind of like the problem with it's not that like the game's a slow start. It's just like JC so bare at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's once you need like an AUG or two and like a weapon or two to kind of really get the feel for oh okay this game's starting to unlock some things because like what you start with like two lockpicks if you answer Paul's question the right way like
Right, right,
you don't
right,
get a
right.
lot to start off with and that's if you you might use two lockpicks right away if you don't upgrade the lockpicking skill it's a sink or swim level for sure. Um, no, I say we put at six if you come up from where you were.
I'm coming up. I'm just not convinced that I don't want to climb up above Quake with you.
I will leave that up to you.
Honestly, I feel good about that. I do feel weird about going above Wii Sports. And I don't know why that's got such a grip on me. But
It's weird.
something about
It's weird.
yeah.
It's like so staggered. Like if we come above this, then I'm above. Like once we go above Quake, we're above Wii Sports.
Yes. That one's harder for me to make the jump than it is to go over Quake. I don't know why.
Um, then I don't know. I'm happy with it at four. Yeah, one, two, yeah, four. I'll put it there. We both compromise then. Like
All right,
pretty.
that makes sense.
I mean, well, in numbers wise, I don't compromise much, but
No,
you
but
get above Quake, I stay below Wii Sports. We both win, and
yeah, no, that checks. I'm good with it. The new number 4.
a new top five.
That's how you make the list. Um, yeah, we've not had a new top 10 in a long time, right? I mean, barring like last year when we added the Wii Sports Killers, we really shook up the top 10, but
Doom
uh,
2016 was this year.
oh, duh. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
reviewed that
that's
bad boy before the Dark Ages earlier.
yes, yes, yes.
But no, outside of that though, you have to go down quite a bit before.
South Park we did last year.
Yeah, is Flower the next one?
Yeah, I don't see anything else from this year. Did we just pick bad games this year? What have we been
I'm
playing?
gonna start great. uh, no, it's gotten better, but I think it's all been just kind of in this like this list is so lopsided. like
It's yeah.
there's different tiers of great, but I feel like anything from like 90 up is still great.
Yeah, yeah. Man.
And then you really don't get bad until the last three.
Yeah, no. No, yeah, like the bottom 20 are all fine games. It's just those, yeah, bottom three are kind of stinkers. Well, there it is. Another one in the top five. Um, I don't. You think we have anything else the rest of the year that can get up that high?
Curious how System Shock shakes out.
Yeah,
I think this will. I think this is just such a unique game. I think System Shock's going to be more par for the course. Not to say that's a bad thing, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Not like, whoa, dude, they made a video game. Yeah,
what's the rest of the schedule? How is that?
we got some potential.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's really only one, and yeah, yeah. I'm still developing my feelings for that one still, so we'll see.
Well, the full schedule for the fall season is up on the freecheese.com. We've got a fall preview catalog video, if you will, up on YouTube. Go check those out. Next week, come back. We're talking about Left 4 Dead. We'll talk about our time with that. We'll rank it. We'll review it. And that's it. Until then, thank you, Matt. Thank you out there for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.